I said in earlier remarks that this was that perhaps in the current environment we needed to talk about multi-partisanship, and I just want to sort of make sure we cover that off. We fulfil our expectations and promises. And I'd like to introduce Rachel Siewert, who'd like to say a few words to us about her attitude to the NDIS. Thank you, Rachel.
Good morning, everybody. What a fantastic turnout. I'd also like to acknowledge the Prime Minister, the Minister, Mitch, and all the other spokespeople and all my parliamentary colleagues, and, of course, most important people in the centre of this is people that we are trying to do the best we can for, those living with a disability and their families and their carers. What an outstanding campaign that has been run to get to this point. And it's not just, I know, the last couple of years for this campaign and where we are at now has taken decades to get to this place. You can't take a breath. This is where it gets tough. You thought the campaign was tough till now. It's actually the implementation phase. And yes, it is very complex, but we can't allow that complexity to take so long that we have people that will not be able to access the benefits of such a scheme. So this is where the acid comes on us, on the government, and all of us working in this space to make this thing happen and to truly work in a multi-party, across parties, to get this to happen. And we need you, the community, to be right there. Now, we had a slight stumbling in terms of getting some of the states on board, and I'm not going to name anyone, but it seemed to me that the campaign in that certain place swung into action like that, and now we have all the states on board. And I think that shows clearly how committed both those working in this space, the families, and also all the political parties are committed to making people's lives better, to make sure that we have a scheme that truly delivers and is the best in the world. We have that capacity to achieve that. So, as I said, don't take a breath, unfortunately. I look forward to raising glasses of champagne with everybody in this room and in all our home states when we can truly say we have a national disability insurance scheme that is the benchmark across the globe. Thank you very much.
A small presentation for Rachel, and while that's taking place, I might just wind up today's events and say, first of all, thank you very much to everybody that has been present here today. I think each of the speakers, the Prime Minister, Mitch and Rachel, have made it very clear that this is about a community movement. This is a movement for major transformation, and it is all about making sure that every Australian counts. It's making sure that that we have the capacity as a society to deliver on the great promise of fairness that we keep telling ourselves we're about. Sometimes we are, and sometimes we don't quite manage it, and sometimes we continue to ignore it. But we can't ignore this any longer. And there's been a great unfairness in Australia to people to Australians with disability for a very long time. And this generation, however you conceive of what part of this generation you're in, this generation has the opportunity to change that, transform it fundamentally, and go from being fairly ordinary performers in terms of the way in which we support our fellows with disability to being the best in the world. So that is our challenge, to make every Australian count. Thank you very much.